A lot? All right. All right, folks, it's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And could one of us lead in a prayer, please?
Me? Oh, I thought you. I'm sorry. No problem.
You don't want to.
Father God, we thank you for this time to come together as community members, members of this board, Lord God. We pray everything here tonight be done in a Christ-like manner. Father, we ask that you watch over and protect each and member of this department and the people they serve. It's in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, folks. Excuse me. I'd like to do a roll call. Mr. Ricks,
Here.
Mr. Kasner,
Here.
Mr. Baptiste,
Here.
Mr. Jack.
Here.
I'm here, so we have a quorum. I'd like to welcome the members of the administration and people from the public. Glad y'all came out. This first section of the meeting has to do with the public hearing as it relates to our 2026 budget. And so before we start that, I'd just like to read a little bit. Anyone from the audience wishing to speak at this hearing must state their name and their address for the record before speaking. Speakers from the public will be given 3 minutes to speak. Speakers shall stay on topic, that being the proposed Fire District 3 2026 budget. And so I would like to open the meeting at this time at 5:02 for public comment. We got to be 15 or 10?
I think you have 15 on your agenda. I would just every 5 minutes
Yeah,
mark
I've
the
got
date
that.
that you ask again for public comments and if none come forward. That way you're just marking it in case
Yeah.
it's a public record.
I didn't know if we did 10 or 5, 15.
We have 15
I do
technically.
have on 15.
Yes, 5:15. Under your public meeting notice.
I do see.
Let me go through it. There's so much coming.
I know that shirt.
Yeah, okay, my name is Byron Green. Yeah,
Are you here to speak?
yeah, I'm here in the public, yeah, I'm just coming to visit, they invited me when I came to open house.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they said, they invited me to come to the meeting that is on the second Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad you're here.
yeah, I'm just here listening, trying to learn something.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
praise the Lord, all right?
yeah, just, you got any questions at all, just let us know.
Yeah,
And,
yes, sir,
not just during the meetings, if you have questions anytime, just
yeah,
simply call or
right,
come visit.
yes, sir.
But that logo looks familiar.
Yeah, the shirt, I bought it just to wear, kind of promoting a little bit, just wearing it. And I look my teacher like that anyway.
Okay.
And I used to work, used to get my money.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't whip you.
Yeah.
Longest 15.
Yeah. Number over there at the council. 15 minutes was for hours.
It was.
Yeah, probably that's not what you want to walk out to.
I had, I knew that 2 weeks ago.
And
Well,
my client was like, oh, that's sitting on a rim. I'm like, oh, yeah.
And that
you ain't rolling on that.
little thing blew it up pretty good.
It did. My son, who's got a landscape business, buys his little Husky deal, and it took it about 25 minutes, but
Yeah.
but I mean, you could see the shank. There was air coming out of it while I was blowing up. So
Yeah.
I hit 40 pounds, and I'm like,
I had one in
and
my,
he said, "I'll follow you to Goodyear."
I never used it. And during hurricanes, when we were traveling, cooking for the church, can't tell you how many plugs I went through.
Mm.
I got good at it too. You know, when we pour it out.
Well, they won't do it if it's on the sidewall anymore. It's got to be in the center of the.
I'd do it anywhere I could.
Yeah.
Oh, the hell there got me down the road.
I was disappointed though, because when did I replace your tire last week? Got out to Gulfport, flat tire. So I went over. $480 for a tire, one.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are like, yeah,
And that, not that doesn't surprise me.
that don't surprise me.
No.
Well, especially for a run flat. Did they put a run flat back on
They
it?
did.
Yeah. They're about $200 more tire than a standard tire.
Yeah, it was just tires and oil, you know, you get.
That's insane.
Well, the shop that repaired that one says, well, you got 40,000 miles on these. I can put you a new set on. I'm like, I need to get it on the road. Just
Yeah.
plug it and let's go. You know.
That's why that guy down the road, he's got a used tire finish, and he does a pretty good business.
That gets you on the
Talking about
road.
the one right down Briar
Have to
Lake.
change it 2 hours.
I've never used them.
Yeah.
But he had a full shop. And he's close to my office. So we know each other. He said, I'll get you in it and out as quick as I can, but it's going to be 2 hours. I'm like, just let me know.
$50.
Yeah.
That's insane though.
Hey, chief, I mean, I wouldn't get on the
How much
internet.
does a tire cost for
For the last 25 years, I've
No,
used
$1,000.
1,000 each?
Yeah.
There used to be a slide that Superior the managers.
But,
They do a good business.
I know we put some on another, the place.
Their mechanic
Pumper.
work is
And I
reasonable.
want to say it was 500, $6,000. Yeah. But those are commercial grade, industrial 18-wheeler tires.
When I
Yeah,
had-
I gotta take her, more of them right now.
when I put the Michelin on my truck, they were $250.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a tire.
Well, not even.
Well, luckily I bought the package for my wife's car. And when she ran over that scissor shank, I didn't realize that they don't rotate those tires because of the iDrive system. They said, well, your one that's damaged is covered, but we've got to replace the other one too because of the tread pattern difference.
That's smart. You get that.
And I said, well, how much is that going to cost me? He said, you're under warranty. I'm like, oh, yeah, pick out a pretty one, you know?
Because I declined it.
Oh, yeah, it takes about one flight to cover.
How long have you been on the, yeah?
That was a mistake.
Well, you know, they show you all that stuff when you're buying it. I'm like, I don't want it. And then, but I know my wife and she's going to run over everything. I said, let me just go ahead and get it. And it's paid for itself on every vehicle. So,
What did we, I think we did the interior, because we got a dog and 30 kids.
yeah. Well, we have grandkids now, so when I take it to clean it, usually I try to clean it before we go to church. And I'm like,
That's probably been.
can we get some type of kid to put under the car seat so that when they build everything, it's not. Yeah, or is it? Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Oh, like our plastic.
Yeah.
And then Murphy, Murphy and I said, we worked together too, just right across the street. And, I did Murphy got.
When I have 4 grandkids,
Finally advertised.
I'm trying to put all 4 car seats in her car.
Got the time now.
You know, and trying to climb into that, you know, those benches in the second row, it is.
So it's like to make you aware it's 5:09.
Well, you were here when they were still on the field.
Luckily, they were really facing us. But you almost need a nuclear engineering degree to hook up a market. Huh?
Very complicated.
Yeah. And my son, who's a firefighter, he came over, I'm like, 2 of your kids are in that car, go in there and check it and make sure I got them right.
Your wife runs the silencer?
Yeah.
Not the excess.
Yeah, she's got a, excess.
So she has the.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the sedan.
No, she got it. She has a Suburban 5 years old. And, when our kids finally moved out, she dropped from the Suburban to,
Today, at midnight.
yeah.
So what do you have? You gotta get something. I just say, I pick up my phone and I say, oh, no.
Go drive everything.
I have.
Oh, no, that's a warning you're gonna lose.
I actually lived in Denver for 30 years in Florida. And I went to tour here, Joe.
He did everybody.
And he said, there's no treaty together, you're lost. There's no way my family can drive. And she drove by. I said, oh, I'm trying to be the biggest one in there. So we got to 7. And we're glad. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to,
No, none of them do.
we went to, Rain. Used cars. I think it's attached to us.
Yep, they have a bunch of fishes.
Okay, take care.
Come back again.
He would fry a bunch of fish.
One of everything. So we can take roast. This is the perfect one-stop shop.
Take him out, you lunch, what y'all lose on.
Yeah.
Not the
Prior to this car.
I think he had a little ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, don't
He's the seat up for
You're not supposed to do you. We drove the Mercedes.
Should you know,
He hated it because of the bash.
Carter's dog.
You have like a Mercedes, because you said it looks like a cookie box. And I'm like, it's your deal, right?
So it seems like you evolved a little bit quicker than me.
I probably have a little more seeds than you.
He's been in Colorado.
The real, that's what it is. My wife is here. When it's our son, kids, that way it's she's getting ready to retire. She could have retired usually, but she's like, well, they.
I'm looking for.
So I had a conversation with her. So, you know, you're not this.
And he said, hey, what is you talk about it?
And so I said, but you're not.
That's good.
And she's like,
I'm gonna go through a friend of his license.
so she's finally flipped. And I did the math on it. I'm like,
You know,
they're made.
we could, we could 30 give them
So you can't come home and complain about school.
We,
I'll give you $40.
the whole.
Yeah, you bring it home and send.
Bring them over. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the most. We do 15. Something like that.
Well, people ask me, that's why I love it.
So we get some
I'm gonna
donations.
put time on my side. But I said, I always had a 3-day fishing. I said, I'm leaving 3 days.
The whole lot of
It's good, get out of the house.
Yeah. People that come pick them up. But that means people. He said, so can I do it? Oh, yeah, you will drive too. Yeah, do it. Got the basket.
You go from full tilt to full stop.
The Rotary Club still. Party party.
Yeah.
Carter.
Like going to
So
the.
some of the people
Got one state was
because we had one person drove up. Yeah, he just has to give us. And she's just the coordinator. And she knows.
You can stay to whatever you
So we don't know. Just ask them.
And then
You're not gonna get it on Friday. One guy drove up, he said, get it one. I said, and it's gotta get it one. He said, who's that? You figure you drive up. And get it. You know?
It is her time.
No, he got this point.
On its shell.
I think she's big. I told you cannot
Overtime when they do
to be a built-in babysitter.
pulling that water.
I said, you can't, when I turn off, I was back into a nursery. I've seen it happen to,
That's good.
like our little grandson, he's 8 months old, he's crawling. So they were all at house Sunday, and then this box arrives at the front door. I'm like, what did you buy? She said, oh, I bought this, jail playpen that's like twice the size of this table.
Yeah.
So it's in the middle of our family room, you can't take it down and put it up quickly. So we're just leaving it up, well, I'm like jogging through the house. Our kids are little, I'm stepping on Legos. They're like, well, Dad, we have to soft Legos down, and they will blow up, they will become hard Legos before too long. Yeah, it's absolutely sad that you can't close these.
And one of my nieces.
And then if someone comes in at 5:14 and says, I'd like to speak, okay, we're gonna reopen it for
3 years.
Joe or Jane Smith.
Best school in the state.
But it's a testament to the nobody's here to raise your red flag. So I think it's as a compliment more than anything else.
Agree, sure.
Well, it's on the website.
I mean, you have to, in the newspaper, or it's everything.
No, I mean, we keep it. Our budget's on the website.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he was talking about. The gentleman that was there, I didn't realize that he was in the audience. And I went to go, I thought he might have wanted to speak about it,
So just to tell you, I did some projected math for the end of the year. If you get basically just for 2 more months and a 60,000 holdback, that's about where you're gonna end up in receipts. And if you really control expenses,
we should have,
well, you're looking at about the 513, because you have a 3 pay period month in December.
yeah,
And then I said, if we really kind of control expenses, 100, but you're running 100 a month. So I said, if we could just, tighten the belt a little bit, you're gonna come in at right at 4 million. So at best case, you're looking at maybe 150,000 surplus,
yeah,
not the 1.4 million.
no. Hey, you took into account the 2 T-bills that we got.
Yes,
Okay, they're in there too. Because that's 500.
right.
Itself.
But the goal was we took $500,000 from last year's restricted funds to fulfill the budget that we had hoped to replace with this year's surplus. That's
And it's not there.
That's not gonna happen.
No,
And
but
again,
we got a plan.
look, some of these numbers will change obviously in the next, between here and the end of the year. But just as a snapshot forecast, we're looking at best.
See, this is what drives me nuts. When,
My sister was.
this is the projected real spend.
Correct, right at 4 million.
But our next year's budget is less than that. That's what drives me nuts.
Which means, like I said, tonight is the first time I've seen a final budget.
Well, it's, so if an individual failed to use the appropriate resource.
Let's see,
So
right,
what are they looking at?
392.
392, and you at 393. That's if we tighten our belts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Spent the last 20 years.
Yeah, there's a real good shot.
So-
It's being north of 4.
And so she was in a state.
Well, our projected,
Yeah. Well, look, if you look at your total spend rate,
yeah,
your spend rate was 337. 226 of that was just salaries,
I didn't look,
obligations.
I didn't do this month, I did last month, and our last month was running
Oh,
at
you're past
14.
15. Yeah, you closed the hearing.
All right, folks, it's 5:19. We have not had anyone wishing to speak concerning the budget, so we're going to close the public hearing. I'd like to get a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor of adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, so the public hearing concerning the 2026 budget is now closed. That brings us into our regular meeting. and we're gonna call it to order at 5:20. And for the record, we'll do a second roll call. Mr. Ricks,
Here.
Mr. Casanate.
Here.
Mr. Baptiste,
Here.
Mr. Jack.
Here.
I'm here, so we have a quorum. First thing on the agenda is approval of the October 8th minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the October meeting.
We have a motion, we have a second. We have opened the floor up for discussion concerning the minutes. Anyone have anything to say? Nope, I hear nothing, so let's go ahead and vote. All in favor of approving the minutes of October 8th, say aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. Employee recognition, chief.
I would like for you, if you don't mind, to take the first.
Do you want me to do it
Yeah,
first?
if you would, do Drew for us, please. And
Sure.
recognize the other ones as well, but I wanna,
Drew?
Drew has a birthday today, so he's got the whole family here.
Oh, sorry. He's trying to get out of here. So,
Yeah.
you can come in there, stay in there, however you would like to do it. So just what we're doing is we got a chairman's award. We haven't given out one in a few months. And the chairman's award is really to recognize people that go above and beyond their job. I don't know if everyone should know, but we received a donated ambulance. Actually, we got two from the city of Gonzales. I think one of them's actually getting ready to be talked about tonight. We're going to try to get it on the road. Through Chief's leadership and Chief Gilliott pursuing the things, we was able to secure that ambulance. But it would have never come together unless it was for Drew. Drew Russo, he's a part-time employee here. This is the guy that really made it happen. He brought all the fire departments together. And I'd like to thank you for doing that. And I'd like to present you with the Chairman's Award, suitable for framing. And there's a gift certificate in there for you. I think you might be able to find a gift certificate. It wouldn't help you, would it? Thank you.
All right, very well. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Anything I can do there? Good job. Good job.
Chief, it's all yours.
Yeah, so just to add, I appreciate that, Drew, everything you've done for us as far as obtaining this med unit. It's gonna be essential to our department, as you know, to have that reserve unit in place shortly. We also plan to meet with the city of Gonzales. We did invite the fire chief and of course, short notice, distance and time, we weren't able to arrange that for tonight, but we do plan to recognize also the city of Gonzales Fire Department, meet with the chief as well. Maybe we can slip them in at next month's meeting, or we'll have a separate little get together. Yeah, we can actually meet with them as well there, so we'll certainly want to recognize them and of course send our best regards to the city of Gonzales, their fire department, their chiefs. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason, we didn't make you that many. Yeah, we'll recognize Jason's actually taking a fire test. An LSU got a fire test right now, so I told him that's more important than being here, obviously, but we did want to recognize him for a call he went on. It was his first call as an EMT and it involved a childbirth. So I won't go too much into details. We have to cover that next month. We'll do that, but he covered the childbirth. He got to actually assess the mom and discover that mom was fixing to have a baby. So to his surprise.
On his first call.
Yeah,
Wow.
first call. So let's, and if he pops in, we'll try to acknowledge him. If not, we'll certainly recognize him.
Stop the meeting.
Yeah, we'll do that if y'all don't mind. So we've got a handful of other recognitions that I would like to do real quick. As far as confirmations, Jordy Johnson was confirmed on 10/1. Congrats. Gary Artigue, 21 years as of the 18th. Chuck Adams, 8 years as part-timer as of the 11th. Spencer Ballet, 5 years as of the 5th. Canning, 2 years as of the 30th. Fortune's 1 year as of the 7th. Teresa, 13 years as of the 15th. She's been putting up with all of us for 13 years. LJ Smalls used to be a full-time employee here. He went to District 4, and he is back with us as a part-time operator paramedic. So we're certainly glad that he's back here, providing his services back here in Lacombe. Another quick recognition, if y'all would mind, yesterday we celebrated Veterans Day, so I think it would be proper to recognize our veterans real quick. Dalton Sanchez, United States Marine Corps. Nicholas Carrier, Army. Teresa, Air Force. We talk bad about it. Air Force. Jim McQuilkin, the Navy. Justin Steele, Coast Guard. Salinger, National Guard. Keith Kern, the Navy. Canning, Army. Bentuk, Army. Chuck Adams, U.S. Navy, and Spencer Balley, United States Marine Corps. So we are certainly fortunate that these folks have continued to provide their services, to our country and out here in Lacombe. So we certainly appreciate that. I think that is all my employee recognition for today.
Good.
I think so. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Michael. Brings us to the treasurer's report. So, Mr. Baptiste, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we start with operating fund number 11012691. We have a previous balance of $377,799.46. The average balance is $533,205.97. We have 62 credits for $1,046,260.45. We have 74 debits at $825,604.67. We have an ending balance on that account for $599,633,041. And the money market account, previous balance was $659,353.88. The average balance was $614,977.64. 2 credits at $510,000 and 3 debits at $722,575. And we had ending balance of $448,365.55. And the sinking fund balance, as always, is $1,515.09. And the stats say that average balance is the same. It's still different than the previous balance, but it's $1,515.10. Ending balance of $1,500.48. And that's concluded my report.
Mr. Baptiste. Just a couple other things and then we'll vote to accept it. We got 2 treasury bills still. We've got one that's coming due on next month on the 11th. And then we have another treasury bill coming due on February 12th. Both of them are around that $250,000 mark. So we've got the treasury reports read, so I'd like to get a motion to accept. We have a second.
Second.
We have any further discussion concerning the treasurer's report? I hear none. All in favor of accepting the treasurer's report, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. A couple of things I want to point out on the P&L statement. On line 28, under medical equipment, we have in October, you'll notice that there's a sharp increase in spend, which is $28,189. That about 22,000 of it roughly is for a Sims man that we had bought through the opioid grant.
That's correct. We front the money up front.
Yeah, we should pick that up next year.
We should, once we get our full, I'm waiting for everything to come
And
in.
then
Pick
submit it.
everything in, I submit them a copy of the receipt and they reimburse.
Okay, thank you. And then under salary, we've got, in October, it was a rather sharp increase of 68,755.40 was the salary for October, and it's my understanding we had to make an adjustment. That's where we took Mark May, who had been carried as suppression, and finally bring him into salary. Yes.
I believe that's correct, yes.
Okay, and we have under line 44, another sharp increase of 26,790, but that was the annual buyback.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. And finally, this one really caught my eye. We had in October total fuel of 1,531. That is an 82% drop in the average of the last 9 months. I don't know what you guys have done. If you plugged a hole in a tank, I don't know what you did, but that's incredible.
I don't have an answer.
It just stood out as a positive. So, I don't know what you did. I'll figure it out and try to do it again. And that's all I had, just to bring people aware.
And Mr. Chairman, just to add to that, on the receipts and disbursements, I did some year-end forecast projections. Your total receipts should be in that 4.173 to 4.18 million. And your expenditures are going to be hopefully in that $4 million range for a projected surplus of $150,000.
Okay, and so we'll slide right on into the new year.
We won't
Tie
be,
goes to the runner.
we won't be in the red.
Okay, and we should be getting our
Early
first,
disbursement.
about mid-December.
Usually it comes on the 10th. It
10th.
comes as a separate wire. If that's a business day, it'll come.
Okay. I'll be looking for that. Okay, chief's report.
All righty, we have, there's really no rhyme or reason to what I have, but I got a bunch of stuff. First of all, we finally got our official certificate for the Fire Prevention Bureau. So we are official. I even have the card for our one employee that has everything, including his rod times and Taylor Tasson. Short of them putting the wrong fire district on top of the ID, it's ready to go. So they're gonna correct that, but we're moving forward with that Fire Prevention Bureau.
Do you think we'll get one this year, an inspection?
We're November. I think we're working on that towards probably
First next year.
1st of January. I think
Okay.
would be a fair start. I have a few of us that still need to do some ride stuff, so. But I think probably first would be a fair shot.
Perfect.
I've got a list of events that we participated in. I've got some notes. So Mark, is preparing for a test tomorrow. Gilead had a family emergency with his wife's relatives, so that's why they're both absent. October 4th, we did Heroes at the Harbor. It was a event at District 4 in Mandeville. We participated in their combat challenge. I don't know where we ranked at the end. I know where we were when we were there, but other people have come in and kind of beat us. But we did a combat challenge. 2 of our guys were able to participate. We participated in the Titans Homecoming Parade. That's the high school that services this area. They always invite us, so we participate in that. Tops Cafe had a block party for breast cancer awareness. So we participated in that. They seem to have a fair turnout for their first year. Of course, we did Fire Prevention Month, so we did some puppet shows at Head Start. We did a senior meeting at the Senior Center. Dustin Morrow was presented an award at the Rotary Club in Mandeville for Firefighter of the Year. We had our town hall meeting at the Rec District. That was a huge success.
I enjoyed
Me too. We provided ambulance standby at North Shore for a 5K. We had Halloween event right here in town. We had our meetings with the Republican Women's. We were there for Halloween at the Monster Mash. We had some employees take an advanced extrication class in Slidell. That class is not just your run-of-the-mill education. They have vehicles, all kind of shapes and sizes and different weird positions that you would hopefully not see in a real scenario, but they're able to secure those. That's something. They're able-
Oh, it's 3-0-2-4-0. DJ Drive has upgraded the cardiac arrest.
So they, he gets a little red dot on the bottom. Under the Kenwood. Anyways, sorry about that. We continue to do drill towers with Sidel. We had FETA training, which was on electric vehicles this month. PIL is coming in a couple of weeks. We're doing our food and toy drives for the holidays as well. Where do we end? We got all kinds of stuff going on.
I got to know, is Santa gonna be out shooting basketball games?
I hope so. I hope Santa makes his rounds all over town. So, I anticipate that. I don't know if Santa's wife's gonna put up with it every weekend of the December, but he'll try. I gotta find somebody to fit in that costume. But yeah, we're gonna have that going on as well. So all kind of craziness going on here in District 3. And by craziness, I mean good stuff.
And the election.
That election Saturday, so we're gonna be pushing for that. I know some content's coming out on social media the rest of this week. And certainly we appreciate everybody's support on Saturday, the 15th for our not a new tax millage.
Thank you.
All right, total call volume, you have that?
I do, I wrote it somewhere in this mix up of stuff. Where did I put that, Teresa?
Is it under?
It's, I'm a mess, y'all.
We had paper underneath that.
Yeah, I folded that up and that might be where I wrote it. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Nope, it's not there either.
So, we can move past that, Michael.
Yes, I do know we were at about 100% of the 2 med units. I am happy to say that. Where did I put that? I'm happy to say that we had 100% coverage.
And I think we did, mutual aid in the slide.
We had, from what I recall, we had 3 mutual aid EMS responses and 2 structure fires.
Yes.
So we did provide those.
Mhm.
Year to date, I can follow up with those. It's probably.
That's fine. I'll get the other numbers from you.
It's probably sitting in my desk in there.
Probably.
Yeah, that I think concludes my chief's report.
Okay. Any questions for the chief? No. Thank you, Chief.
I appreciate it.
Ms. Rosa, Hartsel and Fire update.
And the only updates I had is that we participated in all the events that Chief talked about. We're hoping the public comes out and supports us on Saturday with their vote. And we'll be talking about maybe some holiday stuff coming up within the department as far as firefighters.
Okay. Is Hartsel and Fire going to sponsor the watch party for the election?
Sure.
Say no.
Good answer.
Yeah, I've had one person continuously asking me about a watch party. I think I'll look at them Sunday morning. And figure it out. But, all right. Brings us into O's business. Anything from Miss Rose and Hearts on Fire? No. No? Okay. All right, so it moves us into old business. We've got former employees. We had some employees that severed their employment with us. They owed us some money, and it was a contractual arrangement. They signed a contract before they're entering into some of these classes. One that comes to mind, one I'm talking about, is a paramedic class. And that's the only one that I know of that's current. Okay. And it's my understanding this agreement took place about 4 months ago, about when they separated employment with us. And I was looking in the journal and talking to folks. And in the 4 months, the individual has made 2 payments. So they're at about a 50 percentile rate and we're paying it back. And then they mentioned that they were going to be furloughed. I suppose it's because of the government shutdown. you know, you guys really tried to do it right. And, you know, managing it the way you guys did. But I really believe we need to go and do what we do best, and that's emergency response. We've got a collection agency, that's their job, yeah, to take care of these things. I really don't think that you need any more to do in a day to start worrying about sending out bills. Do you send out bills? You don't have to say, don't send out bills, so they just come in and do it. So we just don't, we're not structured for that. And I would like to make them suggest, and I'm not gonna make the motion, but I would like to see us take this account and any future accounts that where employees owe us money because of these contractual things, and let our collection company do that. And so if I could, I'd like to get a motion to move all current and future debt collections to our collection company.
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on it?
Yeah, I think, in this instance, I think it would, increase accountability for that person.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when, you give people breaks and you give them chances, you're just doing nothing but enabling, that type of behavior, so. That person may not think it's good for them, but in the long run, they'll realize that this is probably the best thing that could happen.
Right.
The best situation. You know.
I would debate that with you, Zach, right?
Yeah, my sentiments are exactly that.
Yeah.
True. And then you consider term of payment. It might take forever to pay.
Yeah, so,
Plus you're being consistent.
exactly.
Yeah, there'd be consistency with it, yeah, for sure.
All right then, any further discussion on the matter? I hear none, so let's vote. All in favor of referring all current and future debt collections to our collection agencies, say aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. I don't know what you'll have to do, Ms. Teresa. Do we have even an account that we've been tracking what they give?
I do.
You do. All right, so you'll be able to tell Coronas
Yeah.
whatever they need.
And I'll do a record keeping resolution.
Okay.
Say again?
I'll do a record keeping resolution,
Okay.
just so it's efficient.
That's right. Okay, I'm with you now. All right, so Chief, you already gave an election update. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as the election?
I think we're good. I think it's just remind everybody it's Saturday.
Okay, so, you know, I was joking about the watch party, but I have had people ask, are we gonna do a phone bank? Reminding people to call. I don't know. I didn't plan on it. Okay, that's fine.
Received any consensus or polling or anything like that? I mean, any
Every-
indications?
We have a follow-up coming up, I think, with our campaign manager. I'm probably gonna reach out to him tomorrow just to make sure, but everything I've gotten from him as far as feedback has been good. He's been monitoring everything as far as social media on our end, on his end, and he says everything has been positive. I haven't seen much feedback as far as our end
I have not either.
to the negative side, so I think we just need those people to go out and support it.
And I don't think Slidell, that use the same group you're using, did a phone bank or anything along those lines. For their partial fee successful, which was
Yeah,
just under 67%.
yeah, I was gonna say about 70% rating on it. I have heard nothing. No,
I have nothing negative yet.
nothing. You know, and, you know, so you talk to people and they're screaming, that's a wonderful thing. So.
Yeah.
And then at our tables, we've passed out the reminders. We've gotten nothing but positive feedback.
So, you know, to look at the camera and tell people who are out there watching, this Saturday,
Let's
the
go out.
15th,
It's Saturday, guys.
please come vote, support the firemen. I don't know, I don't think there's anything else on the ballot, last I checked. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think in your area. no.
So go, you know, people out there in the community, please come support us. We really need your help. All right. And then the last thing under old business is just something I committed to doing, trying to keep people updated as to what we're doing with our medical. That's specifically the ambulance. I'll be able to produce a final report on medical billing in January. Once I get the numbers in, I'll be able to give you guys a final report as to what we have aging, how much money's aging, how much is exceeding the 100, and I think they run it at 180 day plus.
Correct.
There's a little bit, it's about, last I checked, about 10,000 or so. It's not much.
You actually have a very good collection rate.
Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible. I promised that I would do it, and then so I'll make sure that we get that taken care of in January. But as it relates to the ambulance, I do have the slide. Michael, can people at home see it? Okay. And how do we get there? All right, so this really gives you a feel for what we are doing as far as the amount of business. You can see the fire calls are in red, EMS is in blue, which is, and of course the total. And 85% of the calls that we get in the fire department is medical. We do a lot of it. If you take a look at the medical calls themselves, so the blue line is ambulance transport and the orange line is total medical calls received. And so year to date, we're running about 29% of the 911 calls are simple things that did not require medical transport. It could be a refusal. It could be help somebody off the floor back into the wheelchair. And so we do a credible amount of that as well. And so what is the value of the ambulance one to the community? So for the period between January and September, this department provided a service of about $2 million worth of service to this community. And between January and September, there was $1.3 million, almost $1.4 million that was uncollectible debt. That's your Medicare, what they limits, Medicaid limits, contracts that are established by the revised statutes in the state. And so the department has recovered at this point about $500,000. And we still have about 27,000 that's still in collection, some phase of aging. And just to reinforce that, there is absolutely no calls for public assist. Those are those refusals, lifting the deceased unfounded, and welfare checks. Go check on my family, and they go knock on the door, and there's absolutely no charge for that back to the community. And so, of that 500,000, that $500,000, we have to look at the distribution of the funds. And so here's our uncollectible debt bouncing around up here. Uncollectible debts averaging about 154,000, and it's trending at that 2 million. And then if you take a look at funds received, so that's the money that the Coronas collects for us. And so we're averaging about 60,000 a month, and we're trending to about 700,000 for monies received for the ambulance service. And, people look at that and say, that's a wonderful thing. You guys are making $700,000, but that's truly not the case. The blue line, the one that's dragging around on the bottom, that's our profit. We're not a for-profit company or business. We're emergency response agency. And this does reflect that we're essentially revenue neutral, as Texas, I like to use his word. We're revenue neutral as it relates to ambulance. Our profit average is about 9,000 a month, and our profit off that ambulance will be about trending to 109. So you might pull in 120 120,000 as pure profit. And you can see, we've had a couple of months, some stingers down here where we had some negatives. And those negatives kind of brought our profit margins pretty low. So we're running, our profit margin on that ambulance for the year is running at 1.3 in the profit margin, which is considerably lower than the national average, which runs anywhere between 5 and 10%. Now, some things change in time. So next year we'll have our final payments on the ambulance. And so keeping those things in service into 2028, that profit margin to come on up. As we already looked at, 84% of the call volumes come in, 72% of the ambulance payers are either Medicaid or Medicare. And, that's demographics. There's nothing you can do about that. I looked at some conclusions, and there are some spikes in repairs for maintenance. It does have a pretty good effect on our profit margin, but there are things that you would typically expect. We had some generator problems on one of the med units that really dings us around. And so the things to consider, we'll talk about a little bit later in tonight's meeting, is utilizing the reserve ambulance to take one of the primary units offline and give it a good go around. Give it a good look, make sure that it's getting its tender love and care. That could be something that we might want to consider. And always, as always, we should be out looking at some of the other ambulance providers, looking for best practices and for efficiency and on how they do their business. And quite frankly, I think we got some things to share to other people as well. So that kind of brings it up. It's probably going to be the last ambulance report I do for the year, unless something really aha pops up. Any questions concerning?
When it comes to the profit margin, is there it? I'm thinking about apparatus cost.
Yep.
Okay. Is it possible that the profits that we are making could pay for another apparatus when we need it? I mean,
So those are all good ideas that we've been thinking on the revenue for the strategic planning, and ideally we'd like to be able to take the profit, whatever is there, that projected 100,000, and put it into, lack of a better word, a dedicated fund for the purchase of an ambulance in the future.
yeah.
It's really tough to do.
The two units that we have now, how old are they?
I think they're coming up on 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a good chance that in the next 5 years, we're gonna need
I would think so.
apparatus eventually. And, it's just to mention, justification for the medical program. I've been in the fire service for a long time, and, when I first got hired, it was just fire department. And then the public, eventually starts questioning, we're putting out all this money just for fire department. And then medical has made its way into the fire service. And, I'm glad to see, I'm ecstatic to see that, this is not in the red.
Yep.
Because this makes it all worth it, because, firemen, our department, taking on medical just allows us to do more for the community. And I'm glad that we're putting this out to the public, and so that they can understand, which I don't think the average person, in the community understands these dynamics. And when it comes to the cost of running medical, and they can clearly see the losses that we take. I mean, the potential of the big losses that we take just in the billing process. So that we can at least see a profit in being the black to some degree is a great thing.
Well, that's really credited to the
Yeah, the
dominance
management.
here,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, a recognized field. He's sitting in the audience, now he's looking like a deer in the headlight. He tracks medical supplies, he bird dogs those things, and he's, it's not a paper process, I understand, you got a barcode, and you scan it in, and, things are accounted for, and there's accountability. So, those are the ways that they're maintaining it, they're working hard for that. And I also say that, there's, you look at fire departments and, what sets one fire department, aside from the other, what makes one stand out? And what makes us stand out, as well as two other districts, is that they have ambulances, per river. They want to understand that it's strictly in city. Your ambulance is strictly in city? And so you got the whole district. All right, so they're very, just like us then.
Yeah.
And then you got Vanderbilt. Yeah, so, that's really, it sets the departments aside, so.
And I'm very happy too that we have some finite, statistics here.
Yeah.
On this, there was a time in the past here that we had no idea.
Well, we're there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Praise God. Thank you.
Yep, we're there.
Guys doing a great job.
Thank you for your comments. Anything else?
Yeah, I just got a quick question on, you indicated, that approximately 25% of our calls don't require transport.
That's correct.
Does that track high, low, pretty standard across?
Across the board, I really don't know, Evan. Michael, what would you think?
If I had to guess, it's probably about average.
Okay.
And every fire department responds to those lift assists, those refusals, those other public assists and welfare checks. So that's probably about right.
And I think the other factor is you're not providing non-EMS transport, which is a very lucrative part of the ambulance business.
So that's right. That's why, you look at companies like
Yeah.
Acadian Ambulance, that's where they make the money.
That's where their 5 to 10% comes back into.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good job, Michael. All right, new business. So first item up is resolution to adopt the 2026 budget. That would be resolution number 2025-035, and it's, the meat of it reads, whereby the district has determined in the best interest of the district after conclusion of the public hearing we had tonight and in compliance with Louisiana revised statutes to adopt the 2026 budget for the benefit of the citizens and the personnel of the Fire District 3. So I'd like to get a motion to approve or adopt that resolution, please.
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have any discussion on this resolution? I hear none, so let's vote. All in favor of adopting resolution 2025-035 to adopt the 2026 budget, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. Now, I got good stories out for the zoo. So next on the agenda is a resolution, and it's resolution 2025-036. And this resolution is to confirm Chief Michael Geisler as chief of St. Tammany Parish Fire District 3. And it goes on to read, whereby the district has determined that it is in the best interest of the district to confirm Fire Chief Michael Geisler as the acting fire chief after successfully completion of the working test period for Fire District 3. So, okay. Second. Good. Now we'll have some discussion. So Michael stepped into this role, it's been a year. believe it or not, that Michael's been here.
I'm blind.
Uh, He's led this department from a point to where we were really viewed as the armpit of fire departments. You know, we couldn't keep part-time employees here, we couldn't keep full-time employees, people were just like the, you know, the wind, they just came and they go.
Culture has changed completely.
It has, yeah, it has. Prior to Chief Geisler, the department, had no personal relationship with this community. None. We operated in a silo. And since Michael has been here, listen to what all the things he said we done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. We're now back as part of this community, as we should be.
Right.
As we should be.
That's his purpose, winning smile, I guess.
Prior to Chief Geisler being here, this department had no vision. Had no vision. Didn't know where the future was gonna be. Had no plan to get there. We'll be bopping down the road, but now through his leadership, we have a vision. We got a strategic plan. It's moved into a tactical plan. It's being applied.
Right.
The other things about it is, you know, I was looking at some pictures that you had sent, and it was his fire hats. And he said that, he showed me his fire hats, that was the first fire hat. And it was Unit 356. And my wife at the time, she was working, or sometimes she would do dispatch, and we did our own back then, kind of. And she said, "Oh, yeah, I remember that number, 356. And I didn't think more about it. And he sent me a note. He said, "Well, you gave me that hat." And so I gave him his first fire hat. And if I gave him the first one, I gave him the first. I don't remember your number. 354. Where are you? Car 54. So, you know, it's wonderful to see the evolution.
Yeah.
So I'm just so proud that of both of them. I'm proud of you. I'm really anxious to see where this place goes in 5, 6, 8 years. I'm proud of you. You know, you're leading over there at in Pearl River. Both of them. So with all that said, we have a motion. We have a second. And any further discussion?
Well, I'd like to say something if I can. Just my experience, I don't have the past experience that you all have with the chief. But I can tell you from what I've experienced with you, I have absolute confidence in your ability to lead us, the department, to where we have to be. And I'm grateful that you're here. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Any further discussion?
No.
Anything from the audience? I see somebody going, shaking their head, going pop off. All right, so let's go ahead and vote. All in favor of adopting resolution 2025-036 for the confirmation of Chief Michael Geisler as the chief of St. Tammany Parish Fire District 3, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, motion carries. I got one more thing to add to that. One more thing to add to that. It's not very often that you get another chief from a neighboring district give you a call. I've got a pretty good working relationship with Mr. Kaufman, Chief Kaufman. He called me today, and he had one purpose for that phone call, not just a chit chat. He wanted to give the accolades about Michael. He talked about how Michael was a leader. He talked about how Michael has adapted into the role. He has talked about Michael multitasking. He had nothing but praise, and that's quite a feat. But this guy, Kaufman, this guy was born to be in the chief. That was his birth, right? And for him, to make that statement, he had to stop whatever he was doing, the largest fire department in St. Tammany Fair, stop what he was doing to make sure that I knew what he thought of this man, and that's incredible. So,
Well, and to add to
congratulations.
what Michael's accomplished, what you've seen the turnaround here in the district. What you haven't seen is how the Fire Chiefs Association has embraced Lacombe because of the change in leadership, where there was no presence at the Fire Chiefs Association prior to Michael, and there is now. And the positive outcome of him working with that association is without benefit. I mean,
Yes.
And
And the
Well,
camaraderie,
congratulations, Chief.
and the camaraderie in the department. You know,
Yes.
they support.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
I had a speech.
Speech, you can speech.
I don't have a speech. Just real quick, I appreciate all the kind words. It really means a lot. It's been a fun journey since right out of high school. And so, of course, we've got more to do, more fun and excitement to bring here at District 3. I have to get a lot of my credit to our guys. They have been extremely patient, supportive. They've been buying into this process. Y'all have worked with them in some of our different committees, our strategic planning, our SWOT analysis, and fish bones, and everything in between. And so it's really to them who have worked with me to see that vision and to make this place our fire department, which betters our community, our service to the community. So I got to give all of them the credit. Teresa gets a lot of the credit because she keeps me in line. She keeps us in line. So I got to thank her. Of course, Mike Gilliott, Mark Mangrove are working effortlessly to make this department successful. My family who tolerates me, who puts up with me coming home late from meetings and getting the baby to the sitter in the morning and everything in between. So thanks to them as well. So appreciate y'all as the board. Y'all have made my job extremely easy. It makes it very welcoming to come here and interact with y'all. And I know that we're all destined for the same success. And that means our community has the best service that we can provide as the fire department. So again, thanks everybody involved. VMI too. Thank y'all. Thanks again to everybody who's a part of this. Thank y'all.
Well, Michael, so you got coming up, since you're confirmed in position, we've got the assistant chief coming and the battalion chief coming. Would it be possible for you to give us some, some sort of a report at the next commissioners meeting as to how that's progressing?
Yeah.
I think, we ought probably need to look at, when their probationary period, the only one's in probationary period is the Chief Gilliard.
Right.
Yeah.
So because he can default into a confirmation at a year, so we need to see where he's at. Has it been a year? It hasn't been a year. Okay.
He would have started around the same time I started my probationary
You're
period,
good.
so it's not close to a year.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, good job, good job.
We don't have to worry about that until after the first of the year.
Correct.
All right, let's see, next on the agenda is the resolution to make an addendum to the emergency dispatch service agreement. And that's resolution number 2025-037. Chief, would you give us some background on that?
Yes, sir. It came to us during one of those association meetings. There's an individual, Jake Boudreau, who's gonna come on. I don't know its exact title.
the assistant chief of
Okay,
communications.
Assistant Chief of Communications. That role I think is essential because he's also in the field. He comes here, he assists us with communication issues. He helps us program our radios. And so in the end, it could be a potential cost savings to us because we usually outsource that to another person. And so his job would be to work not only in dispatch, but actually make his rounds throughout the districts and provide
It's amazing.
radio support for all of us. And so that increase is that's only an increase that we pay annually, but it's split between all the fire districts in the coroner's office. It is also currently in that budget that y'all just approved, so it's strictly, I think, just a housekeeping note as far as resolution.
It's housekeeping, and to add a little more comment, the District One is taking 50% of the burden. And then it's equally split amongst all the other districts, including the city of Covington Fire Department in the coroner's office. So it's not call volume weighted, it's an equal sharing across all those agencies.
That's good stuff.
Okay, and so the resolution says, basically the district, or whereby the district has determined best interest of the district to approve and amend for the 2024 Emergency Communication Dispatch Services Agreement effective the first of the year.
Correct.
Do we have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept, resolution 2025-037.
Okay, perfect. Do we have a second? You have a second? Any further discussion concerning this resolution? I hear none, let's vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. Last on the agenda, repairs and maintenance to the reserve ambulance. Again, I'll turn this over to Chief Geisler. Confirmed, Chief Geisler.
So thank you, I appreciate it. Y'all know that we're donating those 2 med units. We have sent both med units to Phoenix Motors right there up the road. Paul England, that owns the business, has assessed both med units. We have determined that it's in our best interest to take on the diesel med unit, which is the red one, if y'all seen them. He's given a list of preliminary things that need to be done on that truck. And so we are looking for approval to move forward with that. I have the handwritten list, I apologize. But there's several things that we would like for him to do to get that fully operational for us. Now, keep in mind, buying a reserve truck would have cost us a certain amount of dollars. So his estimate is $15,000 to $20,000 based off of some of the things that he saw that need to be repaired. I do have a list. I don't know if y'all need me to go through the list, but he does all of our repair maintenance on all of our apparatus, so I have no reason to question his expertise in this field. But we're looking at anywhere between 15 and 20K. I think 20K is the high end, so that should cover all those repairs as far as getting that truck fully operational and service, for a reserve truck.
Okay. I got just a quick question about that.
Let's do this. Let's go ahead and put it into a motion, then open up for discussion.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'd like to get a motion to approve spending up to 20,000. Do you want 20,000 in repairs to the reserve ambulance? Do I have a motion? We have a second?
Second.
And Mr. Adam, you got the floor.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, is the 20,000 up to 20,000 rather? Not just mechanical things that we have to do, but rather also ambulance, medical related?
That's all mechanical.
So everything else would work properly once that's done?
Yeah, so all the lighting works, AC has already worked, so he's gonna do a tune-up on AC. I sat through that truck for an hour, just fiddling with everything, so it's really outside of these things, specifically to mechanics, everything else was pretty turnkey.
Oh, perfect, okay.
That include all decals, everything?
We do, that'll be a separate, that's a separate line item as far as decals, and that's gonna be well under my spending limit.
Okay.
And the decals, there's some striping already on it, so we're gonna just put some lettering that specifies District 3, but it's not gonna be a full workup.
And then whatever the state requires you to.
Certainly we'll have to have it assessed by the state, we'll get a sticker on the window, so that'll make it fully legal, but outside of that, this is strictly mechanical.
Did Phoenix give you an idea about how long it would take?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second? Do we have any further discussion concerning the spending for the ambulance? So let's go ahead and vote. All in favor of approving spending up to $20,000 in repair, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I hear none. So the motion carries.
And I will make that record keeping resolution 039.
All right, like to see if we can get a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, can I make one comment prior to that?
Absolutely.
Just to let everybody know, we are actually having a good thing. My former CFO, who has worked for me part-time for the last 3 years with my new CFO, it turned 70 in December. So he is, as I like to say, he is retiring for the first time, not just retiring.
Mm.
Aubrey Godin, who is his replacement, who's a CPA, lives in Slidell, has worked with District 1 as their CPA for more than 10+ years, has also met with Michael and the chairman, and they've had, I think, a very positive outcome in their first meeting. So we will be transitioning all the accounting for all of our departments statewide from Tim Klabowski, I'm sure you've heard that name, to Aubrey Godin, and we are all welcoming Tim to enjoy his retirement.
And so it's my understanding there'll be a official
Correct.
introduction sometime in the future.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I mean, she actually prepared your financials for tonight,
right.
and she's actually prepared some additional reports at the chairman's request as
Yes.
well.
Is Tim coming?
Tim and Aubrey will do the proverbial roadshow where they will go to every department.
That's what I
and introduce
understood.
that. Yes.
Okay,
So that's still in the plans, correct?
okay, so we don't know when that might be.
I think it won't be at a board meeting, but they will contact every department and set that up and probably do a 2 or 3 day sweep just through this area.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
You say,
Here, none.
any opposed, remain seated.
Stand.